The 2025 WNBA All-Star Game was one of the most talked about occasions in the history of women's basketball. Fans throughout the country expected amazing plays and exhilarating performances, but few predicted what would take place during the All-Star draft. To Caitlin Clark, one of the league's most prominent emerging talents, assumed leadership in a way never observed by a novice, adding to the traditional format of the event and garnering media attention before to the commencement of the game. She was accompanied on the national stage by notable individuals such as Sophie Cunningham and the well-known Cheryl Miller. They all contributed in different ways to what turned out to be an unforgettable athletic event. Caitlin Clark joined the WNBA. Having made waves since her record-breaking college days at Iowa, she has very high expectations. She quickly gained the respect of both peers thanks to her long-range shooting, court vision, and courageous attitude. And admirers, she was so popular that she was selected as captain of one of the two All-Star teams. Outnumbered every other player in the popular vote for All-Star. That was impressive in and of itself, especially considering that she was a beginner. But Clark didn't stop there. Her following acts rocked the league. July 8th. Caitlin Clark did something that had never been done before during the live, televised All-Star Draft in 2025. She casually turned to face the head coaches designated to each team at the conclusion of the draft, the other team's captain, Nifa Collier, and proposed a coach swap, something that had never happened in league history.
Great coaches. Bee's going to take her coach, Sandy Brondello. Let's get it.
Oh,
it's going to be amazing. Sorry to...
Cheryl Reeve planned to trade Clark for Sandy Brondello when she was initially assigned to the Minnesota Lynx. Collier's team was led by the New York Liberty's head coach. Both Clark and Nafisa Collier laughed, and the league officials allowed the change to stay in effect. This unforeseen event swiftly made news. It wasn't everything, but the exchange had never been done before. It was the guarantee that Clark took control of the situation. In particular, she stated, "I'm not sure if this is permitted. I said, I don't really care," prior to proposing the transaction, even during prominent events like the All-Star Game. Her boldness conveyed a message about how the game is played and how players are now speaking up. Many admirers praised her for her efforts and for bringing life to the event. Some saw it as a direct response to prior disputes between Clark and Coach Reeve, including criticism that had emerged earlier in the season discussions regarding the Olympic team. A renowned WNBA coach with years of experience and a strong coaching. Interestingly, Coach Cheryl Reeve was recently involved in a controversy with Caitlin Clark's exclusion from the Olympics. Clark's absence from Team USA women's basketball was mostly due to Reeve, the national team's coach. Team for the Summer Olympics in Paris in 2024. The rookie's choice to exclude her from the All-Star Game. Fans speculate that it might have been inspired by the hostility between Clark and Reeve. And commentators, regardless of whether that was the case, many perceived the move as a quiet but powerful statement. Clark's true intent. Nafisa Collier, who eventually got Coach Reeve on her side after the deal, took the incident in stride. Collier's Minnesota Lynx teammates were all familiar to Reeve, which could be helpful too. She joked that Clark might have made a mistake in the purchase. The tone was still lighthearted, but this was clearly a serious and well-thought-out move. Clark wanted a coach that she could relax with and who could comprehend her playing technique better. Mirrored Sandy Brondello, a coach known for her adaptable strategies and strong relationships with her players. Many believe she would grant Clark the flexibility she needed to give her best performance in the showcase game. Another WNBA player, Sophie Cunningham, entered the discussion as the rumors regarding the coach trade made the rounds in sports media and on social media. Cunningham, who is renowned for her fierce zeal and outspokenness, has always been a voice in the league for pushing boundaries and standing up for players. She didn't hesitate to show her support for Clark, praising her confidence and ability to take immediate action. Having seen her fair share of hardships in the league, Cunningham recognized the significance of a young athlete like Clark assuming a leadership role so early in her career. Additionally, Cunningham utilized a chance to highlight the league's modifications. In the past, players would often follow the league's rules without question. Younger athletes are increasingly showing that they don't hesitate to speak up and take initiative when they think celebrities like Clark need to lead by example in order for something to change. Cunningham emphasized that this is advantageous for both the league's growth and women's sports in general. When they see athletes being fans are more moved when they take initiative, take chances, and manage their careers. While Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham made headlines, legendary basketball player Cheryl Miller caused a stir with her thoughts and reaction to the incident. Bold voices and actions. A seasoned analyst and one of the greatest women's basketball players of all time. For a long time, Cheryl Miller has been an ardent advocate for the growth and integrity of the sport. She mentioned the coach switch As one of the most exciting and important occasions in All-Star Game history, it was more than just amusement. In her view, the perception of WNBA players' authority and decision-making has changed. Creating such a situation, Miller explained, showed the league's development. It would not have been possible for athletes to choose or switch coaches on national television in the past. The league now encourages uniqueness, player involvement and fan communication. Miller praised Clark's professionalism and confidence, pointing out that this would likely result in a different environment for future events. She claimed that the WNBA was going to enter a new era where players and fans would have greater power, would have more fun. By the completion of the draft, the matches for the Star Games had been determined, some of the best young players in the league. Caitlin Clark's team was composed of players including Aaliyah Boston, Sada Sabali, Sabrina Ionescu, and A. Wilson. Under Sandy Brondello's direction, the team had a combination of astute leadership and potent offense. Mentoring. On the other hand, Cheryl Reeve, the captain of Keir's group, had another strong team. Nika Aguamike, Alicia Gray, Paige Bookers, and Brianna Stewart. Apart from being competitive, it was anticipated that the July 19 All-Star Game would be a dramatic, thrilling, and high-adrenaline event. What made the plot so engrossing was its ability to mix humor with rivalry. Clark introduced the unscripted drama that is typical of men's leagues, especially the NBA. When LeBron James speaks up or changes the team's dynamics, there is a lot of discussion. The world became aware when Caitlin. For a league that has often struggled for equitable media coverage, Clark began taking action. Panel discussions, highlight reels, and viral videos flooded social media. Fans of sports were no longer the sole observers. The WNBA piqued the interest of those who had not previously followed it. The fact that this wasn't a planned. A number of commenters also brought up the issue of media hoaxes. It was genuine, spontaneous, and full of uniqueness. It was this sincerity that attracted so many lovers. Sports journalists have often criticized the WNBA for being excessively formal, requiring players to follow the rules, keep silent, and focus only on the game. In only one sentence. But Caitlin Clark changed that, and the media praised her for it. Additionally, one thing was made abundantly clear. Right now, player influence is growing in the WNBA. Athletes had limited influence over the significant decisions made by league officials and coaches. However, the All-Star coach swap suggested a shift. Clark showed that the players are ready to take the lead and want to be involved in the decision-making process. Other league regions also exhibit this. Athletes in the Players' Union, such as Brianna Stewart, A. Wilson, and Nama Mickey, have taken up leadership roles and helped shape policy about travel conditions, pay, and promotion. It's clear that the upcoming generation of players is more capable than. Since then, Clark has gained prominence as a rookie and is already influencing coaching decisions. The league's decision to keep it open is also important. Despite defying the accepted framework, the WNBA approved the coach change. That quiet affirmation had a lot to say. The league stated in this way, "We're listening to the players." A comparable strategy would have led to penalties or negative public opinion in other leagues, but it was commemorated with a catchy headline in this one. That illustrates how much the WNBA is growing in terms of skill as well as player and leadership trust, without a doubt. A larger generational transition in basketball was also symbolized by the coach change. A fresh wave of athletes like Caitlin Clark, who are confident, tech-savvy, and unafraid to challenge the current state of affairs. The younger generation grew up witnessing NBA players' actions both on and off the court. They observed how athletes may interact directly with fans via player branding, social media, and public spaces. Are doing the same thing in the WNBA right now. Conventional structures don't want to constrain this new generation. They want personalities to emerge, rivalries to grow, and drama to naturally emerge. That strategy was demonstrated by the coach swap for the All-Star Game. Because it was bold, impulsive, and slightly rebellious, fans loved it. More experienced athletes like Sue Bird and Tamika Catchings laid the foundation, who were committed and competent. Now, athletes like Caitlin Clark are building something bigger. Building on that foundation will make it more audible and obvious. The modern WNBA is so distinctive because it incorporates aspects both historical and modern. The league is evolving while remaining loyal to its roots. Furthermore, business sponsors' perceptions of the WNBA are being altered by Caitlin Clark's boldness. Athletes with the ability to create viral brands place a great value on moments after the coach interaction, which garnered millions of views and popular hashtags. Companies took notice. Prior to the start of the season, Clark already had substantial contracts with businesses like Nike and Gatorade, but this kind of attention makes her much more marketable. Personality-driven sponsorships are becoming more common in the WNBA. Statistics are not as significant as star power. By themselves, when athletes create headlines, brands are exposed. WNBA jersey sales were expected to soar, according to marketing experts. Interest in league visibility after the draft and tickets to the All-Star game, some even compare Clark's influence to on the WNBA to the influence of Serena Williams on tennis or Simone Biles on gymnastics. Clark is not the only one drawing a. Because of her, the sport has a new kind of fan base. Cheryl Miller's strong comment further elevated the event. With the strong backing of Sophie Cunningham. It proved that the WNBA is packed of powerful, strong women who are willing to challenge norms and lead cultural conversations. Today's businesses are keen to take part in it. This all-star moment is likely to change how the tournament plays out in the long run. Is carried out. It's no longer just a joke. It provides a stage for creative control, leadership, and influence. Fans may now look forward to yearly player-driven